Record.
There you go.
Yay. Okay. So we're going to start out with welcoming new consultants. Now, if you don't see this name on your list, this is for May and June. I want you to look to the right. And all these leaders, starting with Jenny Gillin all the way down to Trisha, if you are on any of those director teams, they do their own recognition and you will get recognized by your leader. So this is my personal team, and it might be a little confusing when you're new. But all these people on the right over here, they're all directors in my organization, and they're all strong leaders with their own teams, so they do their own recognition.
It's like every.
So if you see your name over here, we have Kate,
I think the freshmen right now.
Angie, Janine, Amanda, Joe, which is short for Jolene, Sabrina, Chelsea, Lenore, Melissa, Nicole, Alyssa, Fran, Francis, Barbara, Megan. Megan came on board 10 minutes ago, so we had to add it to the slide, which I was happy to do. Now, if you see the names in pink, who they were recruited by, pink represents that these consultants are in their first 90 days, which is so exciting because they are earning fast track rewards. And we've been on a call for consultants in their first 90 days. We went over that when you welcome new consultants in your first 90 days, you're going to earn cash bonuses and Pampered Chef dollar bonuses for every consultant you welcome in your first 90 days. So I know for a fact that Kate already earned her $100 bonus because Angie qualified with $1,250 in sales already, and Janine's more than halfway there. And so if your name is in pink, just look forward to continuing down this path of welcoming new consultants, because if you've started doing it already, you are destined for leadership. That's all I can say, because you're already comfortable doing that. And congratulations to everybody else that welcomed new consultants in May and in early June, because it means you're sharing our wonderful opportunity. And it's something we should just never keep a secret. You know, a long time ago, Sharon, who's my director and my good friend, she'd say to me at a cooking party, when we look out into the audience, we have no idea who's laying awake at night thinking, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to make that car payment? How am I going to be able to afford my home now that I'm divorced, or, you know, heaven forbid, widowed or something? And so when we look into the virtual faces of our shows, or the virtual names, we don't know what keeps people, you know, up at night worried about finances. So let's not keep the opportunity a secret, and we may just have the opportunity to change someone's life. As a matter of fact, I know we will. Okay, next slide. We're going to recognize the top 10 in personal sales in May, but I want to give out a shout out to the names that are under the yellow first, because our team as an organization submitted $784,000 in 1 month. And I looked back at last May of 2019, we had 128,000, and we were happy to have that number. And look how much has changed in a year. If I was a good math student, I'd be able to calculate. Lisa Harris, you're an accountant. Can you calculate the percentage of that growth? So a verbal shout out, Michelle Cantatori. She's been on my team for several years, but I don't think you've ever met her. Not a figment of my imagination, I promise. Josette, Chastity, Tawana, Janine, Mary Chiarella, Diane Carberry, Joe Friedman, Angie Ballooni, I always mispronounce that, Jessica Morphus, Nicole Keister, Stacy Edwards, Jen Triquet, and Kate Ballooni. You guys weren't in the top 10, but you were absolutely part of that gigantic number, so I thank you. Now, top 10 in sales, we have Christine Lukes with $3,147.25. We have number 9 spot, Annette Nakai. Again, I mispronounce everybody's name, I apologize. $3,354.30. We have Carolyn Lowry. She works at night for the Suffolk County Police Department. That's why she's not able to be on the call tonight. $3,646. Catherine Gilligan. She's been on my team for like 7 years, and she was originally a host that didn't know if she could ever pull this off. And she's done cooking shows and virtual shows. And she's come back with $3,737. That's amazing. Lorette, you made it into the top 10. $3,794. You're a brand new consultant. That's so awesome. Stacy Harm, $4,671.98. Terry Sosaby, $4,675. Sue Singer, $7,000, all online parties. Tracy Stevens, number 2 in sales, 11,160. And number 1 in sales, I don't know if she's on the call yet, but no stranger to the top, Maureen Reuter, 11,525. Now that's just people who are not directors yet, okay? Next slide are our amazing leaders. And these are people who are directors and above on my team. This is May's numbers. So again, verbal shout out to all of these fabulous leaders on the bottom, because all of you have contributed to that ginormous 784,000. So we have Emily Roberts, Lisa Sesente, Kim Mathis, Jamie Decker Waters, Christina Wiley, Downtown Kathy Brown, Lorelle Walsh. You guys, look at these numbers. Amazing. And then we have in the top 10, and I have taken, if you can notice here, I take myself out of the top 10. So in the 10th spot, we have Michelle Anza. We have Trish Renaro, Amory Ireland. Look at these numbers. Michelle, 9,193. Trish, 12,246. Amory, 12,408. Kara, brand new director, 12,413. Margaret Eschman, 13,590. And Decker, 13,918. Katie Yorks, 16,066. Like these numbers, oh my gosh. Amber Vilpondo, 17,684. These are all like all-time highs for a lot of you. Jenny Gillin, 22,877. Myself, I scrunched out 31,000. And Lisa Harris, honestly, a little slouch. She couldn't make it to 40,000 all by herself. This is not team sales, guys. This is her, herself, and herself, okay? Even if you have multiple personality disorder, this is a lot. $39,374.58 virtually. 1 month, this is an all-time high, I think, on Long Island, in all of New York. I'm not positive, but this is definitely a what in the world? So, you're only in this company a little over a year. So I don't want anybody to think that you're doing this for 10 years. You're just a little bit, about a year and a half now. And again, you were the person who wasn't, you know, you were terrified to host with me. And then you rock star host, and then you were really not going to sign because you just weren't sure. And then of course I leaned on you a little bit, and you signed up. And honestly, 39,370, that's a lot of spatulas.
Thank you.
That is crazy. And she's only doing this a year and a half. So if that doesn't inspire everybody listening to this, I mean, if you just look at all of these numbers of all of these people, even like $4,000, think about how much $4,000 is in our catalog. That's a lot of spatulas. So these numbers are just ridiculous. So for all of you who have hit your personal best, it's just amazing. I don't know what, you know, I'm never speechless. You know me, but I'm speechless. Okay, so now we're going to say Happy New Year. And you're going to be like, is she drinking? Can anybody take a guess as to why I have Happy New Year?
We want to do over 2020?
No, I don't want to do it over.
It's the excellence.
Who said it?
Kim.
Kim. So smart. The new excellence year has started on June 1st. So, what is Excellence Awards? Excellence Awards are, each year, Pampered Chef is going to celebrate outstanding performances in 4 key categories: personal sales, personal recruits, developing leaders, and organizational sales volume. And they're going to reward us for this. So we just finished from 2019 to 2020. We just finished that award cycle. And here are our achievers. Oh, where'd I go? Oh, come on. Don't look. Everybody close your eyes. Okay. Why? Why does it do this to me? It's moving by itself. Come on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I just act like I'm showing off. Okay. So we have, who can tell me, if they're on this call, who can tell me if they ever thought they would have achieved this?
Me.
Is Kate, all right, Lisa, you go first. Kate, Lisa, you just started a year and a half ago. You probably only knew what Excellence Awards were 6 months in. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You earned it in personal sales. Can you tell everybody how much you had to sell in 1 year from June 1st, 2019 to May 31st, 2020?
$55,000.
$55,000. And you sold how much last month?
39,000.
Seems like a tiny little number now to you, right?
Yep.
That is incredible. So Lisa's going to get a bracelet with personal sales medallion. This is a custom Tiffany and Company bracelet. I don't know how many of you get excited over jewelry, but it's like a drug to me. Like they could have a pile of cash sitting here. It doesn't excite me as much as a piece of jewelry. Even though you can take cash to buy jewelry. I just love it. So congratulations. Then we have, is Katie on the meeting? Katie is not only a first, and Lisa, you are a first-time achiever, so congratulations. Katie's a first-time achiever.
I'm here, Lisa.
Oh, you are here?
Hi.
Okay, girl. Because I don't know if, Margaret didn't RSVP, so I don't know if Margaret's on, but Katie, you did it in personal sales and recruiting, and you're a first-time achiever for 2 categories, so you'll be getting 2 of those beautiful charms on your bracelet. You are a school teacher, and you have been working from home, doing this alongside your full-time job. What were your thoughts when you saw that you were on track for this? Not in 1 category, but in 2.
That's hard to say. It was a goal that was like so far out there, and then all of a sudden I put my mind to it and made it happen.
And you did it in personal recruits and in personal sales. So 55,000 in sales, like Lisa just said, and then you had to do 15 personal consultants recruited by you who qualify with $12.50 in sales within the awards period. So that is just amazing. I'm just really happy for you, and I'm very impressed by everything that you juggle. And I knew you win. I like when I can say that. Margaret Eschman, she's in Florida. She's also a school teacher, and she has kids going. Her dream with Pampered Chef is to take the income and pay for her kids' college education so that they come out debt-free. And she earned it first-time achiever in personal sales. And I cannot tell you, like Katie and Margaret are all on Jenny's team. And Jenny's a fabulous leader. And here's where Jenny earned it in 4 categories. I really feel like whenever we go for something like this, all the other things fall into place. I don't know if Ann and Nicole are on, but they're also first-time achievers. I'm going to have them go because look where they landed right here. This is the difference of 1 show. 1 show could have canceled, and guess what would have happened? But they knew better, and they booked extra parties so that they wouldn't write it right to the minute. And so when we look at 55,000 in a year, that's a lot of sales. 72, 97, 152. But when we look at $55,000, now remember back to the day you were signing up and you didn't even think you could get 1 show done. And look how much you guys have accomplished. So the first-time achievers, Nicole, Ann, Margaret, Katie, Lisa. First-time achievers, and certainly it's not going to be the last. And Jenny is a repeat offender. Last year she earned it in 3 categories, and this year, her and I, for the very first time, and we did it together, 4 categories, the top of the top. And we're going to get the bracelet as well. I was after 4 times. I wanted to dangle. So I can't tell you how proud I am of all of you for everything that you do. And yes, an award doesn't define what we are and who we are, but it's fun to get recognition for a job well done. So congratulations. And I know that if you are on track for it, if you want to earn it next year, look what they're going to give us. And it just started June 1st. Next year's award is not a bracelet, it's a visa. So 1 category, $350, 2 categories, 2 categories. Why is this moving on me? Okay, sorry. 2 categories, 3, 4. You see how much cash that is? That comes in the form of a card, so technically your spouses don't have to know about it. Okay. Rewards and recognition. How do you find out about, excellence and incentive trips and all these good things? You go into Consultants Corner, go into Explore, and look at rewards and recognition, and you will find the incentive trip and the Excellence Award information. And there's trackers for both of these. So you don't have to keep a log of your sales. Okay, next we're going to talk about incentive trips. As I just mentioned, We have several people tonight that have already earned the trip. Now, originally it was a cruise, but due to COVID, they had to switch gears and plan a different kind of vacation. You go on a Pampered Chef vacation, you'll never try to plan one on your own ever again. It's 4 stars all the way. It's white glove. They spoil us rotten. And so far, Katie has earned her trip. Lisa Harris, myself, and Jenny Gillin have all earned the incentive trip. And everybody has until December 31st. But look who was on track. I noticed so many people that are more than halfway there, on their way, totally doable. Even if you started yesterday, there's someone on Jenny's team, Jill Benitez. She started in June of last year, and she earned last year's trip by Christmas. So you can be in this business 6 months and still earn a trip. So
She joined in July.
July,
even better.
okay. And she's a grandmother, and she works full time.
I refuse to believe that she's grandmother, but that's another story.
These are just some terrific numbers, and I left how we can earn points in sales, recruiting, developing directors, director promotions, and paid as points. When you're paid as, meaning if you're a director and you're paid as director, you get points just for doing your job. So it's really doable to earn a trip. The first step, and I've said this from day one, the first step to earning a trip is deciding. It can't be, well, if I earn it, it's, do I want this trip? Look at the number of points for the level you want to earn, divide it by the number of months you have left in the earning incentive period, and then figure out what we have to do to earn those points each month. And I'll be willing to partner with anybody who wants an accountability buddy for this, because once you travel with Pampered Chef, you'll never, ever want to go without us because it's so much fun. Okay, so again, it's flipping out. I'm not even touching the mouse. Okay. So hard on this too, and it's flipping out. I don't know why it's doing this. Does anybody know why it might be doing this? Moving on its own? I don't.
Sure you don't have something else clicked by accident?
No. Let me see something. Hold on. Get a different mouse pad.
Are you leaning on something?
Nothing. All right. I'm going to hold my breath. Now, Jenny Gillin, who you're going to hear from tonight, she was able to earn a second incentive trip only for executive directors and above and it was originally a cruise to Alaska, but again, COVID, little fun sucker that it is, this little virus. Pampered Chef wanted to ensure that there was going to be fantastic travel, and because cruise ships are literally not the most guaranteed choice for a healthy, departure, they now said, we're going to take you and your guest to Prague. Prague. Like, how crazy is that? So your girl Jenny over here decides, well, not only will me and my team earn this, she did it 2 months early. Like, do you want to be next to her in class when you were a kid, when she was taking a test? Was she the girl I would have copied off of? Because she's so good at it. So, Jenny, I just found out last night that you earned this. And I got to tell you, you are married, you have 3 children, you're a clinical psychologist on the East End of Long Island, which if you're not from Long Island, man, there's a lot of people that need her out there. There's a lot of people that need her in my town too. But she has a full plate, and she's only in this business 6 years, and she has done amazing things. So I got to find a thesaurus so I can think of new words to describe you. But I am just amazed at everything that you set your mind to and achieve. And were you always like this? When you had a goal, did it always come to fruition when you had your sights on it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Goal setting is so important, but we could have a whole conversation.
Yeah, Lorelle's going to talk
But
on
don't
that in a
make
few
me
minutes.
cry because you're asking me to speak tonight. So
Yes.
don't be
No,
too
no,
nice
no,
and
no,
make
not
me get all emotional.
No tears. Listen, if the psychologist starts crying, we're going to be all in trouble. Okay. Now, I'm just giving you a glance here. I'm going to post this on the team page later, but there's so many opportunities to earn money and bonuses and free products and travel. So I just wanted to give you an overview. As a new consultant, know that these things are available. Commission, career sales raises, elite seller raises, overrides when you build a team, recruiting bonuses in the way of cash and Pampered Chef dollars. And Pampered Chef dollars will pay for things like additional products you may want in your kitchen outside of your kit, or catalogs and things like that. Leadership promotions, you earn a higher percentage on your own personal sales and on your team when you promote. Consultant sales promotions. Right now, if you're a brand new consultant, you can start earning the free products that are coming out this fall. Excellence awards, which we just covered. So next year you can have a nice big fat Visa gift card in your hand. And of course, the incentive trip, which we just went over. So just know that all of these things are achievable to all consultants. Okay. I'm going to show you some fun announcements before we move on to our speakers. I don't know if a lot of you on the call are diligent about checking the STIR. And the STIR is our online magazine where we provide, home office provides training and announcements and any changes and specials. So I wanted to show you some cool things. Starting on June 9th, all customers shopping on a party or on our personal websites, and they spend $80 before tax and shipping, they're going to get a pop-up window that requires them to choose a free gift or say no thank you to it. I cannot tell you how many guests actually miss it on their order, and then we have to take an extra step to get home office to ship it to them as a courtesy. But this is going to save us a step as the consultant if guests forget to add it. So now it's going to be a pop-up screen in their order. It's going to say, forget something, you earned a free gift. This month it's 3 different things, but they're either going to, they can't go any further. They would have to choose on a box. So that's kind of cool. This change, if you're not aware of it, the July guest special has been updated to include Disney products and the coated tomato knife. So now when guests spend $80, they will get any one of these 3. And again, they'll have to choose it. This right here was very exciting. Prepaid return window extended. Customers are allowed free return shipping for 30 days if they choose to not keep what they purchased. And if they tried it out, if they tried cooking with it, let's say they bought the quick cooker and they tried it out and they didn't like it, even though they cooked in it, they can return it for a refund. And if they do it in the first 30 days, we would pay the shipping. Well, due to the delays, due to COVID, the company has extended this to 120 days free return shipping. So that's really fair. Is there anybody on here that didn't know about this?
So when is that effective from?
Right now.
So it just started in June?
I don't know when it started, but it's effective now because I did a return for someone who got it in April and she had free return shipping today.
Oh, okay, good. Because I tried to do that and I didn't see the free. I'll go there. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so just go and do their regular return, go into the party, go into the order, try to do the regular return, and it should give you, as long as it's within the COVID months, it should work.
Yeah, April.
Ever since, yeah, the delay started happening. So I think April our delay started happening, but that's really cool. Jenny,
Okay.
did you know about that, the 120 days? Ah, okay. This is another fun one. Now, how many of you have forgotten to extend the deadline on the date on the party and guests couldn't get in? And you had to go through and take all your red circles and turn them back to green? Well, now guests, as of the 8th, can get in even if the order end date has expired. How cool is that?
Cool.
So if we, the consultant, forgot to extend the order deadline date, and it's now June 11th, and somebody goes to order, they'll get in. As long as the show is open, the host hasn't closed it yet, the guests can get in to continue ordering. I thought that was exciting. Did anybody else know about that?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I read everything last night, so I knew about it.
No, got to get up early in the morning. So I think that's a really nice perk because a lot of times you get a host saying, my friend Mary's trying to order and it won't let her. That's not going to happen anymore. As long as the party is open, guests can order. Okay.
I didn't know, so that's good to know.
Yay. Who was that?
Lisa, I have a question. Does
Tina.
that start for parties dated June 8th and on?
No, I think it's just as of June 8th, any parties that we're open.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it would
Yeah.
apply to like ones that started last week or started maybe June 7th. You know, I wasn't sure.
Well, if
I
you
didn't
had,
see
let's say you had an end date of June 6th and the party was still open, maybe it wouldn't work. But if the party had an end date of June 8th or later, it should have worked.
Okay. Okay.
You'd have to go and test it.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't read it somewhere, so I wasn't sure if maybe you knew.
Okay.
So,
But it's a good news that nobody, as long as the show is open and the host has not closed their party yet, anybody can get in to order. This is a nice touch. I don't know how many of you are used to checking off the box, send e-newsletter on each order. We no longer have to do that. The guest will be prompted to either sign up for the email or say no thank you. And if they say no thank you, that's the equivalent of opting out. So if you ever get a notification saying a guest opted out of the marketing emails, I don't think we get notified when they opt out anymore, but there's no more making sure we've checked off that little box, send e-newsletter. Everybody following me with that? And if you're brand new, don't even worry about it. You won't even know the old way, so you'll just know it this way. Guests have to sign up for the e-newsletter.
Lisa?
Yes.
Hi, it's Diane.
Hi.
Will the box go away on the orders? So we don't have to, they do it in their orders. They choose whether they want it or not. So we can just continue on.
Well, I'm sure we'll see a change at some point, but
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure about if the box will disappear, but it's there still right now.
Okay, cool.
But we
So
shouldn't go through and check it because some of those people may have not wanted it. Is that right?
Say that again?
So typically we go through and we check them all. And you're saying don't do that because.
Well, no, you can do it as of right now, but I'm saying.
But should we not? Because maybe they come to thank you.
No, I would go and do it. And I would do there's a video on Goal Getters about how to do it all at once. Because anybody that you added to the newsletter that wants out can opt out on their own.
Okay.
But I would add it as one. If you think you may have missed somebody along the line, I would go in. There's a video on Goal Getters about adding everybody to the marketing email in one, action plan, not by going, customer by customer. You can add everybody to it, and it will not add anybody back. Like, let's say you had a customer, Diane orders, she gets the newsletter, she opts out. Diane places another order with the same email, and we add her back in. The system is not going to add her back in if she used the same email, and it's not going to send her duplicates. So once you're in, you're only getting one, and once you're out, you'll never, under that same email, you'll never be added back in. You'd have to, if you changed your mind and wanted to get your consultants e-newsletters or marketing emails, you'd have to use a different email. Once you opt out with 123 at optonline.net, you can't get back in. You have to use a different email. Okay. A fun way to get guests to private message us to open up a conversation in the party. I've been having my host copy and paste this. Would you enjoy a selection of healthy recipes that'll help you eat better for a month? If so, send Lisa a PM saying, yeah, help me eat healthy, as if I know how to do that. And mention whose party you're in, and she'll send you something great. And this is just to get guests to PM us to open up a conversation. And I just wanted to show you. Here we go. I just want to, why must I touch this? Why? Okay, so you see the box? Everything was going so good. This didn't happen the last time I did slides. Okay, look at it really fast. Ready? Okay. I gotta end the stop share. So what you do is, you go into your personal website, and I'm going to screen share something different now to show you. You go into your personal website, okay? This is everybody's website looks the same. You go into blog, and everybody has all these cool articles. We can't add to it. We can't edit it. We can't make our own entries into the blog. But if you come down here all the way to the bottom, they're archived. And you can get articles from other months. So I forget which month I have to search it, but there's definitely an article about how to make healthy. It's a month's worth of healthy recipes. I copied and pasted my link in my host coaching document. I forget where they had it, but there's an article in here about, oh, here's another good one I use. Who wants ways to reduce food waste in the kitchen? And you ask the host to copy and paste this. PM Lisa, if you want 11 ways to reduce food waste in your kitchen. So then you would go into your blog, click on the article, and then you copy this URL. And then when the guest private messages you, you can say, oh, hi, Jenny. Thank you so much. Yes, before I give you this great article, you're having fun at Mary's party, smiley face. Is this your first time? It's just a way of opening up a conversation. Then you're sending, because the guests are not going to go digging for these articles. So this is just a great way to give them a little something just to get them to. So how many of you didn't know you had your own blogs?
I knew about the blog, but I did not know about the archive. That was awesome.
Yeah, all the different archives. And there's also fun things about entertaining in here, celebrations. You can literally, you know, how many of you would like easy and unique brunch recipes? PM Lisa, and she'll give you a file. And then hostess gifts from the heart, not the mall. That could be something around, you know, holiday time or whatever, but there's all kinds of fun, like, oh, let's get a jump on Thanksgiving, because that's when they're getting their products anyway. So many shipping jokes, I can't. Kitchen tips and tools. You give them an article from here. How many of you, you know, have babies at home and want to make your own baby food? Send me a PM and I'll send you a great article about this. Cooking with herbs. How many of you grow your own garden? So there's just little fun things in the blog that we can use as an incentive for them to PM us. 8 weeknight soups. I'm not doing soup in the summer. Turn a snack board into a meal. Bad foods that aren't really bad. Okay, so how many of you have a sweet tooth? How many of you would like a list of bad foods that aren't really bad? Who wouldn't jump on that if you had a sweet tooth? So you would go into the article, copy and paste your URL, and then that's what you would send. This is so bad for us. What are they talking about here? Okay, potatoes, peanut butter. Yeah, they lured us in with lava cake.
Was this
They gave us
June
the other-
one?
Huh?
Was this the one in June?
This is the one now, yeah.
This is on our current.
Under kitchen tips and tools.
Yeah.
So yeah, just snoop around in your own blog and see what you like, and then copy and paste. Okay, so we're going to hear from 3 people tonight. We're going to hear from Lorelle about goal setting. We're going to hear from Lisa Harris about the Fab 4 trick. And we're going to hear from Jenny about building relationships within the party that will help lock in some bookings. So we're going to have Lorelle go first. Now, Lorelle and Lisa, I gave them each 5 minutes because the topic they're talking on is pretty, you know, straightforward, and they both live what they're going to teach. They live it every day. So I told them you have 5 full minutes to get your point across, and then Jenny's going to do the rest of the meeting, which will be about 15 minutes, about building relationships. So Lorelle, are you on?
I am.
Yay. Okay, so you can take the floor, my friend.
Okay, so Lisa asked me to talk about goal setting, and it's something that I should have always done because I was a retail sales manager for 20 years. And it was all about goals. But for some reason with Pampered Chef, you know, I had goals. I wanted to become a director. I wanted to grow a team and recruit. You know, I wanted to do big sales, but I didn't set specific goals. And the thing is, you have to set a goal that is specific and attainable. It can't be too small. You can't set a goal, you know, I want to book 1 party, because that's not having you reach. But if you set a goal, let's go back to November. Jenny was promoted, and we were all at a reception for her. And Judy Joel was there from home office, and I was talking with her. And I had decided I really wanted to become a director. And Judy said, when do you want to reach that goal by? And I said, by conference. And she said, that's 6 months away. How about by March? So I always take a challenge, and I said, okay, I want to be a director by March. And it kind of flipped the switch. And I worked my butt off with Lisa, and I became a director in March. And the way I did that, you know, I had an okay business. It was good, it was bad. But when I was working towards my directorship, I needed to book at least 3 parties a week. I had to have 12 parties on my calendar to continue with Sharon and Lisa's program. So I pushed with whatever it took because I had a goal and I wasn't going to let that goal fall apart. And I had those 12 shows to bed, and those 12 shows got me to directorship. And the whole point is, you know, you can't just have this too broad a goal in your head. Saying I want to be a director took me 3 years. Saying I want to be a director by March took me 3 months. And I think that's the difference. And also, if you write down your goals, make them visual. If you see them every day, you'll achieve them because it'll be right there in front of you and you'll remember it. So wherever it is that you work, if it's your refrigerator, if it's your, you know, I'm sitting here and I can't turn this because my house is a mess. And this is not out of vanity. But when I was having trouble booking, I don't know if you can see this, and it's a picture of me from my old job, but Lisa had made me this magnet, this clip. And I keep it clipped right next to where I work. Yep, with my picture. So I remember that, you know, not some random person is a booking magnet. I'm a booking magnet. And I keep it there so that when I'm maybe contacting people and doing my reach outs and I'm getting a lot of no responses, I look at that and I remember, you know what? Let's do one more. You have to have a goal that is measurable, attainable, enough of a reach to make you get what you want. And if you do that, you'll have anything you want in this business. I mean, look, Jenny did not start out looking to be an executive director and go to Prague and the Bahamas all at once. You know, maybe she wanted that, but that was not, I think she said at the beginning, she just wanted a 20% discount because she bought way too much Pampered Chef. But set a goal that you want and set a time frame and don't make it too long. Challenge yourself a little bit and you'll make your goals. That's my 2 cents.
Thank you so much. And you know what was when you were doing your talking, I was thinking about my cooking show days. And if a host gave me an address, but I had no map, no GPS, I had no way to look it up, how long would it take me to get to that goal if I didn't map it out? How long would it take me to get to that person's house if I didn't map it out? And so when we have a goal is great, but then we have to figure out the plan on how to get to the goal. So even if you say, my goal is to sell $3,000 a month so that I can take the commission from that and make my car payment. We have to figure out how many parties you need to book to earn the $3,000, to have 3,000 in sales to earn that commission. And you'll find your show average as you go along, but if you have a big goal and it isn't broken down into measurable steps, as Lorelle said, we can't hit the target if we don't know how to get there. And if you don't have I had no idea how to set a goal and had no idea how to break it down. And I went to somebody who could help me. So if you don't know how to do it, you won't be the originator on that one. Just private message me and we'll do it together.
But just remember to have a plan. And Lisa, I think you say it all the time. You know, a goal without a plan is just a wish.
That's a saying,
yeah. And if you don't say it, somebody I know said it to me. I don't know. But you have to have a plan. Because otherwise, it's, you know, oh, I want to go to the Bahamas. All right, how are you getting there? You need a plan.
And there's no sweeter feeling than when you get there and you did it on your own effort. It's so cool. Thank you, Lorelle.
You're welcome.
Lisa Harris. Lisa Harris is going to talk to you about something called Fab 4. And Fab 4 are 4 specific steps taken in the middle to end of the week of a virtual party that are guaranteed to bring in additional sales. Take it away, girl.
All right, every weekend I do the Fab 4. I think it was originally posted by Cami Cruz, and all it is you take you change the name of the party to either the last today's the last day to order, or you tag you can change the name of the party to how much how much your host is away to the goal of $1,000 party or whatever the next goal is. And you tag all the hosts, then you tag the host, you make a post, and just saying something like, good morning, thank you all for joining host party. Host and I this week. Host is just $100 away from her goal. Her party will close tonight, so if you would like to place an order, here is a shopping link. For those of you that already ordered, we thank you. And then you post the shopping link, and then you tag everybody in the party. If everybody, even if they ordered already, because you already said thank you for everybody who already ordered. And by doing this, it can bring in over $1,000 in sales within one day. This weekend I did it. One of my hosts was $90. The party was only at $90.40. Her party ended with $593.40. In total, I had 6 parties booked this week. And in total, by doing this, I brought in an extra $1,439.60. So it's definitely worth doing. And sometimes I bring in like $2,000 extra. So it's a good system to do each week to bring in additional sales. I also, on my team page, I mention it to my team that it's time for Fab 4, and I tag them in the post, and they also do it.
Now, what's interesting is I avoided doing this for the longest time because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to change. I just barely figured out how to name my party. I'm not going to change my name of my party. So again, when I finally decide to listen to the people that are doing it, and I'm not doing it, I decide to do it. And when Lisa told me about Fab 4, I'm like, what in the heck are you talking about? And so I put my own little spin on it, and I start changing the name of the party on Wednesday nights.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
So on a Wednesday, I will change the name of every party to Lorelle's Pamper Chef Patio Party, last day for early bird gift. And the early bird gift is the free e-cookbook. And again, if you're brand new and you have no idea what we're talking about, it will be explained to you at some point, so don't worry. So on Wednesdays, when I change the party name to Lorelle's Pamper Chef Patio Party, last day for early bird gift, a rush of orders comes in. The next day, Thursday, I change the name of the party, Lorelle's Pamper Chef Patio Party, 3 days left to order. And I always add a smiley face in the description. You know me, I add smiley faces to everything except wishing condolences. Then Friday, Lorelle's Pamper Chef Patio Party, 2 days left to order, smiley face. Saturday, Lorelle's Pamper Chef Patio Party, 1 day left to order. And then I might change it again Saturday night or Sunday if the host is almost to a goal. I won't say, I do it a little bit different than Lisa. I'll say our host is close to a big, bold goal. Because let's say they're $400 away from a $1,000 party. I don't want to put 400 right away. So I'll say Lisa is working toward a big, bold goal, smiley face. And I'm kind of elusive about the amount because I have found in my own shows that if I tell them they're $100 away, I risk only getting $100 in orders. So you could try it one or two, either way. Lisa has a big, bold goal. Lorelle has a big, bold goal, whatever the case may be. But I call it Fab 4 because I change it 4 times before the end of the party. Now, why do we change it? When we change the name of the party, Lisa, what happens? Who gets the notification?
Everybody. Once you change the name of the party, everybody gets a notification that the name of the party was changed. And a lot of people don't get notifications when you're posting something, but when you change the name of the party, everybody will get the notification.
So that's the trick. So when they may miss your Rock Crock post or your Pizza Stone post, especially if they didn't change their notifications to all, but when you change the name of the party, everybody gets that notification. And she could not be more right about when you change the name like that, the orders come flying in. So if you just started an online party and you're in day 3 and there's no orders yet, that doesn't mean anything. Because a lot of people, actually, I'm surprised we get early bird orders because it's almost like going to a fashion show. 2 models come down the runway and you're filling out your order form. No, I want to see what all the dresses look like before I order. So sometimes I feel like the early bird orders are the people that don't want to deal with us. They just want to order to support their friend, and then out they go. So please, if you're not trying the changing of the name in your parties, try doing it and do it 4 times. It's called Fab 4. And when Lisa mentioned tagging everyone, my trick, I have my phone open to the party, and I sit at my desktop. And I click on the party. Let me just go to one so I can show you. So I'm in the party, and I go to all of her guests. I would click on her members, the host, and then I'll start typing the names. Okay, hold on. I clicked in the wrong thing. I don't have my glasses on. Okay, so I see all the names in her party, and I'll just start typing them on the computer screen. I do the @ sign. As soon as I write like 3 characters, it brings the name up, I click it. So I'm looking at my phone and I'm tagging them on the computer. So I'm just going back and forth. So when we tag everybody, like Lisa said, it includes the people that ordered. So you're saying, thank you so much if you're already ordered. And if you haven't gotten a chance to yet, there's still time. So you don't have to go through and go, okay, did she order? No. Did she order? No. You're not looking back and forth. It would be crazy.
And then as soon as you do it, like within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, your phone's gonna ding and you're gonna see the orders coming in from when you start changing the name of the party and from when you start tagging the people. Like,
and people genuinely do it. Even, I have to say, people genuinely enjoy the reminder.
I had somebody say to me the other day, oh, thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, because we're like, oh, I forgot.
Because they forget.
So 4 parties a week, 50 people in each party, changing the name, getting guests to PM you so you can converse with people behind the scenes. Now leads us up to Jenny has an amazing video on the virtual library group, if you haven't seen it, about using different tactics to get bookings from parties. But tonight you're going to get her live and in the flesh, and she's going to tell us how she builds relationships so that by the time that it's time to go in for the booking, she's won their trust.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lisa, for asking me to speak tonight. Lisa reached out to me and said, do you want to speak on the meeting? And I said, okay, sure. And she said, what's your favorite topic? And I said, oh my gosh, booking parties from parties. So if you're on my team, I'm sorry, because you've heard all this 1,000 times. But if you don't know my story, Lorelle kind of shared a little bit of it early on. When I first started, this was just supposed to be a little hobby. I did have a goal every month, and that goal was to hit 750 in sales, because you guys all know what happens at 750 in sales every month, right? Pampered Chef gives you a present, and who doesn't like a present? I really like presents. So that was my goal. And most of the time I hit that goal, but I wasn't really going beyond that. And the problem is I was never expanding out of my friends and family circle. So every month I was trying to find a different friend or a different family member to host a party for me. And that can be a struggle. Any of you who are stuck there or who have been stuck there know how frustrating it is. And I was there for 2.5 years. So it is now my passion to book parties from parties, because I never want to go back to having to scramble to find a booking. So there's a couple of ways that I do it. Lisa spoke about the free cookbook. That is huge for me. So when my parties first start out, I let everybody know anyone who orders by midnight on Wednesday is going to get a free cookbook. This glare is making me crazy. So, and your parties might run on a different timeline. Lisa, I'm not sure if everybody on your team kind of works on the same schedule, but here's how mine go. My party gets set up on a Friday. The host has the weekend to add her guests. I do some pre-posts on Saturday and Sunday, and then it runs Monday through Friday. So a lot of people have the opportunity to get the free cookbook, right? I mean, Wednesday is well more than halfway through the party, but that's okay because it's free for us too. Like Lisa said, it's the e-cookbook. So I have that all over the place. It's in my banner, right, on the party page, free cookbook for everyone who orders by midnight on Wednesday. It's in my announcement post. And then every night at the end of the day, I sit down and I look over my emails from everybody who ordered that day, and I do one thank you post for the night. and I thank all the people that ordered that day. Thank you so much, Lisa, Corey, and Kim, for your orders. I'm so excited that you found something great for your kitchen. Be sure to private message me to claim your free cookbook, right? They have to reach out to me. So this is the first initial interaction for many of them with me, right? When they send the message, they send something, hey, I'm claiming my cookbook, or sometimes they just send their address, which always cracks me up because I'm not popping anything in the mail. But they'll reach out to me and then I'll say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your order. In today's day and age, when we do so much searching for recipes on Google or Pinterest, I am so excited to offer you Pampered Chef's e-cookbook. This way it doesn't sit on a shelf gathering dust. And this one happens to be one of my favorites. Do you have any stoneware already? And I always send them the Stoneware Collections cookbook for a couple of reasons. Pampered Chef has a ton of e-cookbooks, but that one is great because number one, a lot of people do have the stoneware. And if they don't, it might encourage them to get it. But also the recipes that are in that e-cookbook really can be made on other products as well, right? You don't have to have a bar pan to cook something that can be made on a baking sheet. But it opens up that conversation. And you'll notice I wrapped it up with a question. Do you have any stoneware already? So now we can have a little bit of a conversation. I'm not saying a word about this kind of, what's the matter?
Did you freeze up or did I?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Sorry.
I'm good?
Yep.
Okay. I've been in a lot of other direct sale parties where I feel like they just kind of like barrage you and you can tell that they're going for the booking right off the bat and it's really just kind of a turn off. So you're really just having a conversation. So I just leave it at that point. There's a couple other ways that I get them to private message me, right? And the reasons to have them private message us instead of us just blasting them with messages, two things. Number one, I feel like that's a turn off when we just do that. But number two, they're not likely to see the message. If you're not connected to that person on Facebook, it goes into this weird hidden other folder and they may not see it. I've had people see my messages like months and months later, I guess when they finally figure it out or something. So we want them to reach out to us first. So the next way I do, this actually takes place during my pre-posting days. I say something like, I would love to be able to show you every product in our catalog, but I can't. We would be here forever if I was going to do that. But I will show you some of my favorites and some customer favorites. However, if you'd like to take a look at our interactive catalog, send me a private message with the word catalog. Right? And then that's another way that now they've reached out to me. I send them that link to the interactive catalog. Are you eating my hair? We start a conversation. Sit down. So that's number two. Then I make sure during the party that I have a couple of games that require them to private message me. Make sure you're doing other games too, like do your jelly beans in a jar game, do stuff where they're commenting on the page because you don't want to be the consultant where everything is coming to you in private message. That's a little bit like yucky too. You want to have a nice balance of it. So the catalog, the free cookbook when they order, and 1 to 2 games where they have to private message you the answer. A good one for that is the unscramble game where the letters are all mixed up. They have to message you and tell you what the product is. And that one makes sense for them to message you, right? Because if I post that game and I'm like, unscramble these words, and Rose gets it 7 seconds later, the game is over. But if they private message, then lots of people have a chance to win. And that's exactly what I say in the post. Private message me your answer so that everybody has a chance to guess. So that's the other one. Now you've got the relationship going. Now you have these conversations going. And by the way, when they're messaging you, you're saying, how are you enjoying the party so far? And you can start a conversation. Is this your first Pampered Chef virtual party? Have you done this a lot? What's your Pampered Chef story? Communicate with them, right? Kind of figure out a little bit about who they are and what their Pampered Chef deal is. Now comes the key piece. you have to use a Google form in your parties. If you're not doing it, make sure that you're doing it. If you don't know how to do it, ask your upline how to do it, because here's where all the booking conversations are going to come into play. So I post my survey on Wednesday mornings, and I let it sit there for an hour or so, and then I go back in, and in the comments, I tag everybody from that party. I ask them to comment done when they have completed the survey, because we know how the Facebook algorithms work, right? If people are commenting on the post, more people are going to see the post. So I want them to let us all know when they've completed the survey. Everybody gets tagged in it as a little reminder, and I let them know that they're going to get, that there's going to be a raffle on Friday morning for everybody who filled out the survey, okay? Now, you need to go in and respond to every single person that filled it out, whether they were a yes, a maybe, or a no. I used to totally avoid the no's. Don't avoid the no's. We can turn those no's into yeses. So if somebody says yes, you're gonna private message them. Here's where those earlier conversations come in, right? Most likely you've already had some form of communication with them. So number one, they're gonna see your message. And number two, they already feel like they know you a little bit. So you reach out to those yeses and you say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you want to host your own party. I can't wait. Is June 22nd or 29th better for you? Right? And then you go from there. That one's easy. The maybes, you're going to treat exactly the same way. You're going to treat them like a yes. Because if you go in there all wishy-washy and you're like, well, do you, don't you, did you think about it? Then they're probably not going to book. But if you say, hey, I saw on your survey that you might be interested in hosting. Yay, I am so excited. I would love to do a party for you. Would June 22nd or 29th work better for you? Maybe 3 times have I had somebody not be a yes from that, right? A maybe is essentially a yes in this situation. So treat it like a yes. Then the no's, you're going to reach out to them too. And you're going to say something like, thank you so much for filling out the survey. You are entered to win. I know you responded no to hosting, but we have some amazing host benefits coming up. Plus, Rose would earn a bonus from you hosting. What do you think? Want to give it a shot? Either they're going to say yes, or they're going to come back to you with an objection, right? And very commonly, it's the ones that we hear all the time. I don't really have enough time. Well, then you can share with them how easy hosting really is and how you do a majority of the work, and anything that you want them to post, you give to them so they can copy and paste. You guys know how to handle that. Or they might say something like, well, you know, I would, but I have all the same friends as Lorelle, so I don't think they would shop again. And then you can come back with, well, in my experience, not everybody gets everything that they want from one party. But if you're worried about it, we don't have to do your party right away. What do you think we do it in September when the new products come out? There's nothing wrong with pushing it out a little bit. You've still got that booking, and you're going to be thanking yourself when September comes and there's that booking on your calendar. So really, that is, yes, go read a book. So that is the biggest piece. Setting up those relationships early, having those conversations, and then you go in for the booking with the Google form. The last thing I do is the whole 3 bows thing. You guys have probably seen that or some variation of that, right? It's the picture of the present with the 3 bows on it. Every time a booking happens, 1 bow gets removed, and then if you get them all done, the host gets a gift. So this is how you involve your host in the bookings. She knows that she's going for a prize. You guys can make that whatever you want. I know a lot of people will give their host an extra $25 worth of free product. Right now, I'm giving them the choice of the, oh my gosh, I'm blanking, the 2 charitable giving products that we have right now, the cut and seal and the
Scoop and spread.
Scoop and spread. Scoop and spread. Yeah, so those are my host choices. And they kind of like that it's a tangible product that they're working for, and also that it's a giving product. They seem to be responding well to that. So I'm gonna keep doing that as long as we have those going. But that's really it, you guys. And I'm telling you, if you follow these steps, if you do all these things, it works. I have 55 bookings for June. I'm sorry, I have 54 bookings for June, because while we were on this call, a host messaged me and was like, can we please move my party to July? And normally, right, when a host moves a party, you're like, oh my God, how am I going to fill that spot? I was like, yes, you can. Thank God, because I'm panicking about how I'm going to handle all these bookings. And this is all I'm doing. I'm not green dotting. I'm not posting on my page that I need bookings. All of my bookings come from my parties, and yours can too.
54.
54 now.
54.
54. And the thing is, it's June 10th, so people are still, like this week's survey just went up this morning. I haven't reached out to those people. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I don't know if I should start filling July or what I should do, because it's a little bit nerve-wracking. Oh, that's the other thing, you guys. Make sure you rebook your host. At the end of the party, make sure I do all my host coaching in a group private message. And I say, oh my gosh, before I forget, one more thing. If you guys rebook your party now, from anywhere between the next 6 to 12 months, you're going to get an extra bonus when you have that party. And you guys will fill your calendar going forward. I just looked at November and I'm like, oh wow, I have 2 weeks in November that are completely booked solid. I can't put another party in there. So always rebook your host too. That's another big one.
What I love about it when I hear you speak is, and I know they read it in text and you're talking to us with your voice, but it's just so casual and laid back and no pressure. Does that transfer to you guys as you listen to her?
Yes.
Like, it's just,
I think that's really important. Because I think people can tell when you're scripted, and you know what I mean? And when you're like reading something or copying and pasting something that comes out of a manual. And like I said before about getting private messages from other direct sales people when I'm a guest in the party, you can tell when somebody's just saying what they've been told to be said, and you're like, no, I don't like it. It's gross. So just be yourself. Talk like you would normally talk. I mean,
That's it. It sounds just like you, Jenny.
It is me.
It's real. It sounds
Without
like you.
any of the swear words. I keep those out.
Oh, yeah.
Push those aside for now. But other than that, right? Just talk like you would talk to, Lisa or whoever, your friend. Hey, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? Hey, crazy thought. What do you think about this or that? Just be normal.
And I want, because I know that we're running past time. Anybody that has to go absolutely can. We won't think you're rude if you hang up. But if anybody wants to know by screen share anything that we talked about tonight, you need me to show you what something looks like, please ask. Like if you want to see what a private message looks like on the Facebook page, or you want to see what it looks like to change the name of a party, I can screen share and show you that right now. If you want to see where we can find the e-cookbooks, I can show you all that. So does anybody have a question from anything that the three ladies talked about tonight? Now remember, when you're on your boats and at the beach and your campers and all that this summer, wherever your smartphone went, we'll get to you 1 second, Joe. Wherever your smartphone goes, your business goes. So Jenny, thank you so much for sharing that. And again, we try to think of a new magic pill to share with everybody week after week, but it's the same things that work if we do them. It's kind of like when you go to the gym and you're like, do you have a machine that I could just stand on and walk out 20 pounds lighter? Nope, still got to do the sit-ups, still got to go walking, still got to put, you still got to cut out your sugar and drink your water. And I'm like, damn it. It's not a new trick. It's the same old. And somebody said to me recently, can you imagine how many businesses would go out of business with regard to diet and health if people would just do the old-fashioned work? We're always looking for the quick fix. We're always looking for the magic shake or the pill. Imagine how many companies would go out of business if people were just willing to do good old-fashioned work, right? So the bookings is just good old-fashioned tactics and steps. And when we do, like I said, when we do 4 shows a week and we're doing the same thing over and over again, it's going to become familiar quicker. If you did one party this week and then you don't do another party for another 2 weeks, it's going to feel like the first party over and over and over. And please don't expect, like, Lorette's my friend in the neighborhood. We go walking together, and she's perfectionist, and she wants to get everything right. And my friend Christine, who I've worked with for years, she was wanting to get everything right from the get-go. And I kept saying to both of them, and they don't even know each other, but I kept saying, please be patient. Please make the mistakes. Please fish around for ideas. Please experiment, because it's not all going to come together in a week. If anybody's new on this call and you think you're going to throw 4 perfect shows in your first week, you may get lucky and it may happen, but it's normal to be confused, and it's normal to need, to experiment with things. It's a progression. And for those of you who never heard me say it, I was dead set against virtual shows when they first came out, because I did cooking shows for 21 of the 22 years. And I couldn't have been more wrong about this. And now I may never go back to do it. I'll say it now so you can record it. I may never go back to doing another cooking show as long as I live. But I know, right, Rose? They're gonna have to show me their C of O that they have central air if I go, because I'm sick of people telling me they have central air and they don't have it. I mean, air conditioning and they don't have it. Anyway, Joe, you had a question. What was your question?
Yes, for Jenny, when you said that you rebook the host in 6 to 12 months, what's the extra bonus that you give them?
It's the future party pick. So they get that because they booked off their own party. They get the book. Yep. So you just have to make sure. I always, like, let's say somebody's party was closing today, right? 6/10. I'm going to book it for at least a week prior to 6/10 of next year. Because if we go past 6/10, if the host decides to extend or something like that, if we go past that 12-month mark, that future party pick is going to disappear on you. So just make sure you give yourself a little bit of wiggle room with that. But yep, that's what the extra bonus is.
Very cool. Thank
and
you.
I love the idea of 6 months, because that brings us right into, it could even be 5 months. That brings us right into holiday time when everybody's shopping anyway.
Lisa, can I say something?
Sure.
About Jenny's booking parties from bookings. I started doing it in April. From April, that's how I filled my May calendar, and that's how I got the 39,000 in sales. And in May, my calendar for June is already booked. And I'm halfway booked for July. So it really works. And I turned a lot of no's into yeses. All the maybes were a right out yes. So it does really work. And I only been doing it for 2 months.
And a lot of times people think hosting online, they're all starting to act like it's a cooking show now. They're like, what's involved? Like, okay, you know what? What'd you do on this party? You click, click, click. So most hosts may say no prematurely, thinking there's more work involved than what it really is. So Jenny clearly says, listen, I'm just going to give you something to copy and paste. And many of you on this call tonight that were hosts just a week or two ago, I was sending you things, or your consultant was sending you things to copy and paste, and it's really a no-brainer. But does anybody have a question of any of the 3 ladies? Go ahead, Diane.
Just have a quick question. I don't want this to sound negative. I want like an honest idea. Do you feel like we'll be catching up on the shipping, or when people want to do like Christmas shopping, should we like be, like really try and encouraging them to have their party by like October?
Oh, we'll be caught up by then.
Okay.
Yeah, they're promising.
That's what I thought. I thought so too, but I just wanted to,
yeah, by August we'll be caught up.
All right, cool. I just wanted to have a realistic expectation for them.
Because if anybody missed it, not only will I think everything will go back, we're hoping and praying everything will go back to normal as far as the world, but Pampered Chef has now invested multi-million-dollar bucks in building another distribution center as a backup plan for us. Because again, in all fairness, this company, this country, we just all went through this for the very first time, right? We all went through it for the very first time. And so asking a company who has one distribution center and one home office, asking them to operate as they always have, because they've been impressive with their turnaround, where manufacturers of our products can't get our shelves filled quickly. We can't be more than 6 feet apart. They're still operating under these restrictions. we've given them 400% more business than they're normally used to. So think about all the moving parts that make our company what it is. They would never, ever, ever do this to us or the customers on purpose. But what they did do is they took this as a learning experience, and now they'll be prepared for if anything ever happens again like this.
And I still feel totally supported by it. I just wanted to get a feel for what you
Yeah.
felt.
No, I think it'll all be back to normal by August, because you know what? They still have to, the world still has to make, like, we see progress being made everywhere else. Schools will go back. Maybe it'll be a little bit of a restriction, but things will go back to normal and the dust will settle. And in the meantime, I'm just grateful that our customers are, I think they're buying because they want to support their friend. And yes, they do love our products, but I'm the type of person, if I went onto Amazon and I saw a cute shirt and it said, delivery July 23rd, I'd have to really love the shirt. I would probably still order it. But no joke, I literally had to find a desk for this office of mine, and I went back to the furniture company that I swear by, and they said I couldn't get the desk I wanted till August. I'm like, I'm out. And Lorelle would be happy to know my trusty Macy's came through. I ordered the desk on a Monday, and they must have been so bored and desperate. I got that freaking desk on Thursday, 3 days later, but it was only because it was in stock and 10 minutes from my house, and I just lucked out. But most of the places that I've shopped online were months and weeks and weeks, if not months, of a wait of something. So I think by August we'll be back in the saddle, and the new products are coming out. So the company has to brace themselves for a big season with or without a virus.
I'm going to do a Christmas in July theme. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Order now and get in time for Christmas.
Why not?
But here's the thing, guys, please, I say it on every call. If you're frustrated, don't spend 2 hours trying to figure something out. Don't spend 2 hours trying to find a post. If you've looked for something and you can't find it, reach out and ask on the group page, and somebody will come to your rescue. The most frustrating part of this job can be when we don't understand something and we don't speak up. That was my thing. I did not speak up for the longest time, and there were certain things I would be like, I'm not meant for this. I don't understand it. It's not for me. Instead, I needed to just shut my mouth, reach out for help, ask someone who was doing better than I was. And little by little, I decided to just not have such a chip on my shoulder about it, because it's hard for me to learn new things. I really feel like I have some kind of a learning block at this age. I don't know. I wasn't always intelligent to begin with. I'm very quick-witted and I'm very sensible, like street smart, but I'm not intelligent. So when you try to explain algorithms to me in the beginning, I'm like, what? Talk to me about garlic and tomatoes. Don't talk to me about algorithms. I don't know what So if you're going to get frustrated about a virtual party and you're not seeing the results that you think you should, say something. Reach out to one of us and we will help you figure it out. I promise. Anybody else have a question? Question? Anybody want to?
I have one
Diane.
question. What Jenny was saying, when you book your host again, I haven't offered that yet, but you know how, do you have to mark it on her order that she's a future book again?
Yeah.
Or just set up the party that day? Because sometimes.
Order. You don't have to. I mean, you never have to do it that way, but I always do it that way.
You click the box and then set it up again for another show?
I just so that it's done. You know what I mean? Because if I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to do that later, I'm going to forget to put that booking in. So it's just to do it that way, and then it's done.
Because I noticed, like, I just had a party where she said yes to be a host. My first host, when I started doing this, she was a guest there. She didn't book off her party. But during her party, my friend was able to get a future party pick because it's under a year. And I never marked it off.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter, but the system doesn't differentiate who is entitled to the future party pick. So if Rose is a host, right, and Rose has a party, and you hosted a party within the last year, and Lorette hosted a party within the last year, and Diane hosted a party within the last year, you're all going to show up as past hosts, and you can mark off the future party pick on any one of them, because the system doesn't differentiate. It's up to you to know who the person is that really is entitled to that benefit.
Oh, got it. Okay.
That's why it doesn't give the past host the ability to pick the future party pick, because somebody could just jump in her shoes and pick it
Got it.
ahead
Okay.
of time.
Thank you.
All right, so before you guys hang up, I have a fun call to action for you guys, because listen, my son had 10 friends here on Sunday. We had a ball. It was for his 24th birthday. I said, I'm not inviting people. I go, if you want your friends here, they can all infect each other. I don't care. But we got to talking about, oh, what do you do for a living? Now, many of us are going to go to barbecues, even if we're still social distancing. We're going to socialize. It's summer, okay? And I want to know, not on here tonight, but in the group, I want to know what you're going to say to someone when they say, what are you up to these days, if they already know you, or if you're meeting someone for the first time, oh, what do you do for a living? And I'm not talking about your other jobs if you have one. I'm talking about Pampered Chef. What will you say? And sometimes we stumble for words. So what we need is a good 15-second commercial. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you're in real estate and someone says, oh, what line of work are you in? Oh, I'm in real estate. That's a normal answer, right? But then Kim shows up and I say, Kim, what do you do for a living? And she says, I connect people with the homes of their dreams. Which real estate agent do you want to go with?
Kim.
Second one.
Okay. You have a hairdresser. What do you do for a living? I own a beauty salon, or I do hair for a living. And I ask Rose, what do you do for a living? And she says, I help people figure out a look that when they check themselves out in the mirror, they're going to want to stare at themselves all day long. Or I help people, I'll design a hairstyle for someone that they're going to be so excited about, they're not going to be able to walk past something and not catch their own reflection. Which person you want to do your hair? So when we talk about Pampered Chef, when somebody says, what do you do? Oh, I do Pampered Chef. First of all, we don't do Pampered Chef, okay? And then you say, I'm a consultant with Pampered Chef. Okay, that's a little better, but what is a consultant? They still don't know what we're doing. But when we say, how about I help people bring the fun back to cooking? Or I help people take the misery out of mealtime. I want you guys to think of your 15-second tagline, or what you will say that will be so intriguing that the person will say, tell me more. And I want you guys to post it on Goal Getters. We're going to have a contest. I want you guys to post it on Goal Getters with the hashtag Ask Me What I Do. And I'm going to give you guys a whole week to think of this. What you would say to someone if they asked you, what do you do for a living? Or what's up with you? What's new? If they already know you and they don't know that you do Pampered Chef yet. Come up with something cute that would be so adorable that person's going to say, oh, tell me more about that. And that's going to be your 15-second commercial for yourself, because when you are at a barbecue and Diane turns around and she's like, I help people take the misery out of mealtime. Well, that's going to be provoking different questions than I sell Pampered Chef. Right? So we're going to have a cute 15-second commercial contest. Post it when you've got it. I'm waving. I was like, who's waving to me? It's me. Oh my God. Okay. And you're going to have the hashtag Ask Me What I Do. And I'm going to have someone who doesn't work for Pampered Chef pick the winner. It'll be an unbiased contest.
Fun.
Okay? And the gift is going to be an Amazon gift card. So you have 7 days to post your 15-second commercial. 15 seconds. If I read it and it takes longer than 15 seconds, then it can't be eligible. The faster you can get it out off your tongue, something cute. Okay? Thank you, everyone. I will post the recording once I get it uploaded to YouTube. Thank you to our speakers, Lorelle and Lisa and Jenny. Again, even if you heard information tonight that you've heard before, sometimes we listen with a different set of ears, or sometimes we hear the same tip over and over. And if you're like me, it's time to put it into action if you haven't already done it. Little by little, we'll all get it together. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone.